Hi guys, hello, my everything, my buddies and people out there. How are you doing tonight? Gabi po ngayon dito sa lugar namin sa Canada. As I promised, babalik ako to to do some topic, alright? If you would notice, nakikita niyo ho yung mga kahon dyan sa likuran ko. Actually, ang nangyari sa amin, before going any further, ang nangyari po sa amin, nabaha kami dun sa tinitirhan naming apartment. So we have to stay in um, in the motel. Nagmotel muna kami, hotel. Tapos, ngayon, after 1.5 month of staying there, kasi inaayos yung tinitirhan namin. Pagbalik namin doon bago lahat, kahit na yung mga stove namin and also yung aming fridge, lahat ng gamit doon, lahat magiging bago. Pero meron din kaming mga naiwan na mga natira naman. It's not really that bad after all. Kasi buti na lang yung asawa ko may insurance, tenant insurance and property. So, kaya ngayon, nandito kami sa temporary apartment. So, itong temporary apartment na to, yung nag-restore ng mga gamit namin, ibinalik na nila dito sa amin. Okay? So, then, ang mangyayari, maayos yung aming apartment, sabi nila, around like maybe end of January pa. So, dito na kami mag-Christmas. Kaya ang gulo-gulo ng aming bahay. Okay? So, now let's continue. Before going any further, gusto ko po munang magpasalamat doon sa mga taong who welcome me um, in my vlog. Alright, so ang ating tatalakayin ngayon or ang topic natin is why do you think people need to know what do you think people need to know about each other before they get married? Okay? So yan, I would always believe that one thing that you should talk about or really tignan nyo muna kung what is really the best thing, okay, that you should know about one another is that like, of course, yung mga differences nyo, like how do we individually and collectively handle stress. So that's one thing, because what's your partner like is when they stuck in traffic, when they've had a bad performance review, when they haven't had enough sleep. Iba-iba yan eh. Iba-iba yung pinanggagalingan ng stress. Minsan sa work, sometimes it would come, like for example, this makes the early romance sweeter, of course, but it denies us a glimpse and into who they are when they are under pressure. At isa yan, syempre yung decades ng marriage and life ninyo in general can bring plenty of pressure. So, isa yon. Tapos, another thing is, titignan nyo rin, what is my partner's relationship with drugs, alcohol, and gambling? Kasi madalas yan ang pinag-aawayan ng mag-asawa. Kasi, sometimes like, of course, problems with substance abuse and gambling can crop up unexpectedly in a marriage. So, as we sometimes see, when new casinos come to town, but all often, the signs of potential problems with alcoholism, kahit pag-inom, addiction, minsan that can happen in one's marriage, okay? But we'll fully not talk about or even acknowledge, perhaps, syempre katulad ng asawa natin o asawa mo, kung minsan tatanungin mo, oh, nakainom ka ba? O pumunta ka ba nagsugal ka ba? Nagganyan-ganyan ka ba? Yun, kung minsan yan ang pinag-uumpisahan ng away. That's one thing, okay? And another thing is like, how can you deal with one another and how do you deal with one another like when you live in one roof? Yan na yung, dyan mo na makikilala yung isang tao, ang isang tao pagka magkasama na kayo sa isang bubungan. Yan ang kasabihan, di ba? You will get to know like, for example, yung mga likes niya and dislikes niya sa loob ng bahay. Gusto ba niya malinis? Gusto ba niya magulo? Or gusto ba niya maging in order lahat ang mga gamit niyo? Or messy ba siya? Minsan niyang pinag-aawayan. I would sometimes argue that getting along as roommates, though not sufficient for a marriage, siyempre, is still vital and necessary. How well do you compromise about what the temperatures should be? How do your sleep schedules work out? And how do you resolve issues about cleanliness, decorating styles? Madami, iba-iba yan eh. Iba-iba yung... Kaya, syempre, of course, we all know that no one is perfect. Kaya lang kung saan ba siya nanggaling, tugma ba kami sa mga kagustuhan, there are some instances that, kung minsan may napakaswerte ng mga mag-asawa or ng couple na magkasama sa isang bubungan na nagkakasundo talaga. Kasi, alam mo, it takes a lot of patience like, sa lahat ng mga bagay. Like for example, pagpapasensyahan mo na lang kasi there are no two persons that are alike. Katulad kunyari, siya iba gusto, ikaw iba naman gusto mo sa bahay. So, it's important to really dig deeper bago kayo magpakasal, pag-usapan yung maigi, paano po yung gagawin natin, ganito, ganyan. And then, another thing is, of course, how do we handle conflict? Okay? And how could you be better about it? Okay? Conflicts will arise, of course, and how you handle those conflicts is every bit as important as the conflicts themselves. So, have you gotten in the habit of certain type of arguing? Meron dyan, syempre, sasabihin, ikaw mabunganga ka, ikaw ganyan, konting bagay lang pinalalaki mo. And doon na ngayon, lalaki ng lalaki. Okay? So, is one of you always ready to apologize? O kunyari, sorry na ha, nataasan kita ng boses, pasensya na, mainit lang ulo ko. Kung minsan kasi yung init ng ulong yan, dyan nag-uumpisa yung misunderstanding ng couple or ng mag-asawa. Okay? And now, another thing is, how are we with each other's families? For example, any marital therapist will tell you that the in-laws are often the biggest can of worms within a marriage. So, merong hindi nagkakaunawaan na mga, well, sabi nga nila, katulad kunyari, mother-in-law or sister-in-law, brother-in-law, whatever, kung minsan, nagkaka-conflict yan, okay? Example na lang, ha? What if your partner has a very conflicted relationship with their parents, but you find them hilarious and harmless? What if your husband wants to still spend 2 weeks annual vacation with his brother's family and you can stand their politics? Yung mga ganun ba? What role will your in-laws have in your potential children's lives? So isa pa yan, yung pakikialam sa mga anak, pagpapalaki sa anak, kung minsan, di ba? Yung mga lola ko minsan, katulad kunyari, ako lola na ako. I actually have 11 grandchildren. So, kunyari, papagalitan ng tatay or ng nanay, huwag ganyan, huwag yung masyadong pagagalitan. That's not the right way, Alam nyo, kasi kunyari sa mga in-laws, para sa akin kasi I'm already a mother-in-law, para sa akin, I just let them do what they think is right for them. Basta wag lang mananakit sa bata. So, I just let them realize na yan ang way nila eh. Iba-iba naman tayo ng way ng pagpapalaki ng anak. So, kung minsan dyan nagkaka-conflict sa pakikialam ng biyanan, sa pakikialam kung paano palalakihin nila yung anak, pagdidisiplina. Okay, kumbaga parang ang advice ko minsan sa mga lola, sabi ko, you had your time. May panahon kang nagdisiplina na this is their time now, your children's time na sila naman ngayon ang magdidisiplina sa mga anak nila. So, yan ang pinakamahirap sa lahat, yung nagkaka-conflict yung mga in-laws. But anyway, guys, as I said, no one is perfect. It's always like give and take, patience, and most especially respect for one another. Galangin nyo yung mga in-laws nyo, mga daughter-in-law, mga son-in-law nyo, mga mother-in-law nyo, at saka mga brother and sister-in-laws. Yun lang, pag meron tayong respeto, alam mo, hindi magkaka-conflict. Everything will be fine and everybody will be happy. Alright, so that's about it for tonight. I hope you learn a lesson from this topic. I'll be thinking again for tomorrow of what good topic I can bring up. Okay, so thank you very much once again, and I hope you'll have a nice day kung araw dyan. Happy life, a good evening to everybody, and of course, don't forget to pray, be kind to one another, and love one another, and respect one another. Bye for now. Thank you. See you again.